good afternoon to all our viewers tuned in with www.thepapare.com. We're bringing you live action from the Army versus Navy game. Not an Air Force game for your surprise. It's Army's home ground today, the beautiful Ratmalana Air Force ground, with the helicopters and choppers taking off from the back. The match is set to kick off at 4 p.m. There you go, the confirmation. Army taking on Navy at Ratmalana. It's the 5th week and the first game for this week. Joining me in the commentary box is Kavin Rajapaksa. Good evening, Kavin.
Very good evening, Isran. It will be a very good game as Army managed to win last week and Navy managed to beat Air Force in Ratmalana. Army, however, managed to beat the much favored CHNFC. As we see the helicopters go in the background. This week will be a very good, exciting week. Police taking on Air Force, Army taking on, and we will go for the weather.
There you go, today's conditions. Predicting thunderstorms, although it's 30 degrees warm now, and latest 24 degrees is what the weather forecasts say, with a pretty high wind blowing to the west, 24 kilometers per hour. So that's going to affect the game pretty much. Like always in Ratmalana, it's always tough with the high balls and passes here. The wind is always a major factor.
All the marginal passes, flat passes, get caught in the wind and are deemed forward passes as well.
So we'll catch you on the other side with live action. And stay tuned to www.thepapare.com. Catch the Army versus Navy game. See you soon.
Crescent Mini Keeves. Try it. Love it. The original Mini Keeves, only from Crescent.
Breeder fast Pulsar NS160 with wider tyres and twin disc brakes from David Pieris Motor Company Private Limited.
Crunchy munchy.
Fiery Kochi.
Crescent Kochi Bites. Try it. Love it. The original Kochi Bites, only from Crescent.
Sophisticated selection of Yardley, London.
It's almost over. I ain't gonna let it
Welcome back to the Air Force Ratmalana grounds as Navy is warming up to take on the soldiers. We bring you live action in the 5th week today. It's gonna be a quite exciting week as CR is set to take heavies tomorrow. But first up, kicking this week off is the sailors taking on the soldiers. And now Ratmalana has been quite the familiar ground to both these teams because Navy played the last 2 games here and Army has been training here for quite a while now, making this their home ground. So it's gonna be familiar conditions for both the teams, making it a bit more tough, a bit more intense game coming.
We'll have a look at the league roundup video. This was it last time around. An interesting game. Buddhima Piratna scored 2 tries. 3, in fact, it was a hat-trick, and Gahan Titamal got a sprint at least 40 meters for that brilliant try. He was dead and done for all money. The sailors playing their second match for the season. It was Air Force who have not won any matches so far. This will be an interesting game. They will play Police. Police have been the best so far. It was the first game, Havelock versus Police. As I was saying, they were leading at half-time 14-0, 19-0 rather, but Havelock were too strong as they came back pretty strong. 2 tries that featured in the try of the week as well. And next up it was the Heavies who scored and scored. It was the final nail in the coffin for Heavies, and we came up with the next game, Army, who took on CHNFC in the Police Park as well. Samuel Madhuanta started things off brilliantly, but it was a little too late as Gahan Salinder and the forward pack for Army won things 24 points to 18. Coach Vaipa Gunaratna would have been very satisfied with that performance at Police Park, and they will be looking to repeat proceedings here as well. And the game of the season so far, Kandy taking on CRNFC. Was brilliant performance by the Kandy forwards. It was nothing less than exciting last weekend. It was 14-all at halftime, but it was this man Burnaku Dangamu who set things up with a try and a try assist, and CR at the end just ran out of gas as the Kandy forwards drained them out of energy and won that game, and they are still unbeaten. Well, CR and FC will lick their wounds and come down and face Havelock at CR and FC, their home grounds tomorrow, and we will be bringing that to you live as well.
There you go, the last week's results. Police just losing out there by 1 try, 26 points to 31, how that game ended. And the host today, Army, took on CH, and they did quite a good job at Police Park, winning that game 24 points to 18. And Air Force losing out to Navy here in this ground, 28 points to 19 was how that ended. And the big game, like you said earlier, Kavin, 41 to 30. Kandy beat CR at Nithawela. So that was how last week ended, and we can look forward to another great week of rugby in this 5th week.
And we'll have a take a look at the points table. Kandy with 24 points, unbeaten yet, and Havelock surprisingly at 22 points, followed by CR and FC and Navy. Navy Army game will be important because both these teams have won 2 games apiece. 13 points to Navy because of the 3 bonus points they have scored, the 2 losing bonus points and the 4 try last week against Air Force and Army, winning their match against CHNFC. CHNFC, Police and Air Force follow up the bottom of the table. The points table will get interesting as it progresses. This game will decide who will take the 4th spot.
There you go. The top performers in this league so far. There's no surprise there. Dhanush Kuranjan scoring 5 tries, and he's scored a try almost in every game. And Tharindra Ratwatta has been consistent with his kicks and also scoring a few tries. So he's there on top, scoring 63 points in 5 games. Quite impressive, Kavind.
Yeah, it was. Tharindra Ratwatta has put over 16 penalties so far for CRNFC and scored that try and 5 conversions to go as well. This was the last year's clash between the 2 teams. This was played at Havelock Park. This was the home game for Army as well. Some brilliant finishing touches from Tilna Veerasinghe will have a good game today as well, with the win, playing at fullback. But last season it was Army who had a very good season under coach Nilfa Ibrahim. That combination between Ashan Bandar and Mohammad Rizvi and pace at wide, Sudhara Kurumura, Gayan Salind, all combining very well, but it was Navy who held on to win that game in the end. It was a little too easy for Navy. Tilna Veerasinghe was the highest point scorer of the last season as well. He was brilliant throughout the last season. And there you go, the tally between the 2 sides. They've played 8 times since 2014. Navy has topped 6 wins for the 2 wins of Army. So Army will look to cut back the deficit today as well here at Ratmalana. Army currently don't have a home ground. That is why they are playing at Ratmalana. This is the second game for Navy, second consecutive game for Navy down at Ratmalana. They played Air Force last week here as well against Air Force. That was
there you go, the Army team card. Dileepa Niroshan, Arvind Karunaratne and Sugat Nanayakar will compile that front row. We know Sugat Nanayakar has been outstanding along with Dileepa Niroshan. Karunaratne good with his throws as well, consistent. And then in the second row, Dinusha Adhikaram and Prabhat Kumara will have to be more aware of what they have to do. They've been performing well so far. And the loose forwards, Danushka Pushpakumara, Upul Abhiratne, the skipper, and Dhanuka Vijay Tilaka have been good so far, but they'll have to up their game, especially Upul Abhiratne. He has been the top try scorer for Army, scoring 3 tries, and this will be the major component for Army. The pack, the 8, the strong men, they will have to combine well with the backs so that Army could expect a win.
And Mohammad Rizvi, Ashan Bandwara combining in that scrum half and fly half position. Sudhara Kumbura at the wing, and Kasun Maduranga, Samir Bulat Singhal, Madhura Bandara, Samir Bulat Singhal and Madhura Bandara will combine at the center combination. They have been deadly so far. And Madhura Bandara playing at the right wing position, and Gayan Salind securing things at the back. He hasn't had a very good season so far, but against CH he was brilliant, and for another good performance for Army, Gayan Salind will need to have stepped up.
And in the replacements, we have Madhushan Lianage, Charlika Sanduror, another experienced cap, Nalan Premanad. Vinod Kumar is also an experienced player. He's been there for Army since quite a while. And Vikramarachi, Manoj Bandara, Isuru Madagedara and Tusit Senaga will make that 25.
And the team card for Navy, Kasun De Silva, Amit Gunasinghe and Charit Silva will form that front row. They have been good so far, and Niroshan Silva will come in place of Ravin De Silva, who has an elbow injury, and Kevin Patrick has been a good performer, and Adisha Weeratunga, Sri Lanka's 7th performer. He's a national representative as well. He has been brilliant throughout the season. And Gihan Pereira, his counterpart, playing at that flank positions, and the experienced Radisha Senaviratna will be playing at the number 8 position, and that will be a vital position. He has been good so far, but not the expected performances from the first 3 games, but his performance will help Navy as the season progresses.
And in the backs, Richie Dharmapala, today's captain, as Tilna Veera Singh has opted to sit out from this game. I don't know Dev Anand making his calls as the head coach, acting head coach, rather, because Motilal Jayatilaka is out of the country at the moment. And combining with him is Mohammad Afzal. We know how talented Afzal is with their top try scorer from Navy, Buddhima Piyaratna, on his left wing. Mushin Falil and Tanuja Malimbada will stand at the centre field, playing at the number 12 and 13 jerseys, as experienced cap and former skipper Dinusha Chaturanga and Chatura Senaviratna will make that back line.
And Vemukti Deshan, Mahesh Madhusanka and Viraj Kolambarachi will be the front rowers in the replacements bin, and Janit Lakshar at the flank, and he is very good from the bench. He played that science field in 2015. Udesh Madhusanka and Salia Handapangoda, plenty of experience in the bench. Salia Handapangoda, plenty of pace as well. Dinesh Lakmal and Gayan Vikramaratna, the rest to follow up for Navy. And Tilna Veera Singh doesn't feature in the bench as well, so that will mean he either has a injury, he's sustaining an injury, I think. That is why the captain has opted to keep him out of this game. And the referees for the match will be Shankar Begun, and the assistant referees will be Priya Suranga and Jeffrey Shahid. They will control the game for the span of 80 minutes.
And let's hope that we don't see any ugly incidents like we did last week here at Ratmalana. Two good teams taking on each other, as we see Navy bowing down for their final prayers before kickoff, as Army makes the field. Yet to see who kicks off from where. It looks like Army will attack from right to left.
The traditional one knee from Navy, it was initially brought from Stefano back in the day when the Fijian came and introduced it to Navy Sports Club, and they have been following up, and so did the two Fijians that came back in the day, introduced that one knee just before kickoff the Fijian way. Both teams opting for that. This will be an interesting game, as Army will be kicking off from left to right.
We're all set, as Ashan Bandar lines up to take the kickoff with his skipper alongside him. You hear the cheers for Army from their side of the park. Bandar, he has been a consistent performer, especially he was a standout player last year, scoring a few tries and converting a few. And here we go. A high hanging kick by Bandar, cleanly collected by Madhuranga, and he takes two people and go down straight into contact. Richie Dharmapala now trying to set things up. Think they'll have to exit from here. That'll be their ploy. Still using his forwards, Richie. Now sends it right to Afzal, who puts the high hanging kick. In fact, that's Chatura Senaviratna, but he doesn't find touch, so Army will have the chance to counter attack now, and rightfully so they do. Acting as the scrum half is the number 7, the skipper, and now the number 12. He's found some space. This is going well for Army. That was Samir Bulla Sinhala. He was outstanding last week, and Sugat Nanakar now with the ball in hand. Takes 3 men to bring him down. Trying to set it up, Mohammad Rizvi. Passes out by Gayan San, the wayward pass though. Trying to reset things. And he goes straight into contact. Once again Rizvi to Ashan Bandara. A long call-out pass to Bulla Sinhala. We know he has got some strength and power, but he's tackled well by Mushin Falil. Still playing in good faces is Army. Rizvi marshalling his forwards. Calling them on. Skipper, good offload to the number 4. Smooth hands there, and he adds a few yards to that. Nogsalin looking for some space. Foxes the defense, goes straight through, but he's tackled. Rizvi had some space on the blind side, but opts to go wide. Playing on some good faces, Army. Ashan Bandar, wayward pass. Sends it out wide. But still, Madhushan Lianage having possession. The good thing Army is doing is not losing possession. They're playing some good faces, 7 faces already. Bandar to Rizvi. Puts in that chip kick. The cross kick. Cross the field. Will he get there again? No, the ball just finds touch, a little bit overcooked. So that was a good bit of play, Kavin.
It was very good use run. Initially, I thought Navy were lacking that experience that Tilnu Veerasinghe had. He would have kicked that ball straight into touch and opted Navy outfit missing Tilnu Veerasinghe, and it was good exploitation of space by Ashan Bandara. He knew Sudaraka Dikkumra was out wide, and so he opted for that cross kick. Had that found hands, it would surely have been the first try.
I agree, Kavint. Had he not cooked it, Sudaraka Dikkumra was in for all money. But we see a reset and a change in the line out. Looks like Navy had made a fumble. Now it's Army's opportunity here from this 5 meter, and they collect it cleanly. Will they be moving forward? Will this be the first try? They are going forward. Looks like Army are on a roll here. Just 3 minutes in the game, and that's a try. Scored there by the prop forward. Just what the doctor ordered for Army. Looks like Arvind Karuna Ratna there, getting up with the ball.
Very well done by Army. From that line out throw, it was a rolling maul set up, and it was all money. It was CH. It was the same ploy they used against CH and FC. So Arvind Herat gets its name on the scorecard, and it's 5-0 with the conversion to come, and it will be Gayan Salinda who will be doing the honors. The initial exploitation of space by Ashan Bandar was very well, and Navy nervous early exchanges for them, you can say. They fumbled the first line out, and that was curtains for Army, and they will be going back with the score, and if these conversions go, it will be 7 points to 0. Buddhima Piyaratna in that, and that's a very good kick, and that's over. It will be 7 points to 0. Gayan Salinda continuing where he left off from the CH game. Sudaraka Dikkumra, had he collected that cross kick, it would have been a try, but it wasn't late before Aravind went over from that rolling maul. Army have a ploy. That is to use the forwards, and they will use the forwards until.
We go with the restart. Cleanly collected by Mohammad Rizvi. Puts in the return kick. Doesn't find touch. Cleanly collected there by Radhish Senivratna. Sends it out right to his other Senivratna, Chatura, former Josephian, and he finds good touch just inside the Army 22. So that's a good kick by the young Josephian, former Josephian.
This was
He
the same.
puts Navy inside the 22.
This was the same ploy Navy rather induced in their last season. It was Radhi Serenratna who went back, who stayed back and collected that ball, and last year it was Dulanjana Vijayasinghe who stayed back and collected that ball, and he decided to make the runs and sent Tilna Veerasinghe to put that kick, and this time it was Chatura Senaratna. So the same pattern of play for Army for Navy rather continuing for the new season as well.
Second line out now. This time Army will look to clear, but the ball pops out. Penalty, says the referee. They're playing advantage. Ashan Bandar puts in a kick. Looked like there was a hand there inside that maul. Nevertheless, Army will get out of jail there. And I think, in fact, it was a knock-on by Navy. Maybe that's why the line out is brought here to the front. So it's Navy's opportunity now.
It was good again from Ashan Bandar, who managed to spot space.
Stolen there by Army now. Number 4. Tirusha Adhikaram has made a good run, gained some good ground. Rizvi will want to send fast ball out wide. Finds Ashan Bandara. Bandara sends it out wide to Bulat Sinhala, who makes a fumble of it. And tries to restart. Rizvi now looking for his options. Playing it slow. Salinder sends it out wide. Pop ball to his number 7, Lianage. Picked up quickly by Uppula Beratan, the skipper. Now Tirusha Adhikaram takes 3 men to bring him down. Rizvi now looks to up the pace. Sends it out wide to Bandara. Bandara to Bulat Sinhala once again. Same thing. Army is doing a good job playing in faces. Now number 11, Lianage. He is brought down. In fact, that was Dik Kumbara. Bandara. Sugat Nanakar. Now he doesn't gain much yard. He sends the ball out wide. Bandara looking for options. Dancing his feet. Doesn't manage to gain much yard though. Looking to slow things down. Bulat Sinhala with that fake run. Trying to fox the defense as the skipper Bula Peratna is being pushed back. This is good defense by Navy. They have the numbers, Army, but a good run there by Dikkumbura. Cuts back inside. Bandar once again sends it out wide to Tirusha Adhikaram, who makes a risky offload, but nevertheless Madhushan Lianage steps inside, goes straight into contact, and it looks like there was an infringement. A penalty in favor of Army.
I think it was a offside call. It was a tap-in for Army. What Army are doing very well here is they are using their forwards to gate meters, and they are spreading the ball wide out to their speedsters at their wing. And here you go, the replay, a backhand pass, finds no one, and the tap, I think, initially went forward, but it wasn't spotted. But the penalty was initially because of the offside call. We have a player injured on the field, and I think this will be then good opportunity for Gayan Salinder to go for that 3 points and extend their lead to 10 points. And we are still inside the 10-minute mark. It was a high tackle. That was what the referee had called. He consulted the assistant referee and made the call. I don't think it will be a yellow card, but here's Gayan Salinder. The sensible option would be to go for 3 points, but I think he will be going to touch and do the same thing that Army has been very good so far. Go secure the line out and drive that ball and get the try.
I agree, Kevin. That would have been a sensible option going for the 3 points, but with the momentum and with the confidence Army have right now, I think they're going with their instinct, and that is to get that 7 points. As Madhura Bandara was stretched off. Looked like he took a big blow as Gayan Salinder puts Army inside the 22.
Another beautiful kick by Gayan Salinder. This was what they did initially, but last time around he gained a little more distance on that kick. But here again, this is another very good opportunity for Army to capitalize.
Opts to go to the fourth man, but now it looks like the ball has been lost, and that will bring them down from where they were, Army. That will boost Navy now.
This is exactly why Army should have gone for the 3 points. Cardinal errors. They should have extended the lead. It was 7 points, and we were just under 10 minutes of the game. Too many injury times as well in the first 10 minutes, and the ball hasn't found touch as Army take the ball quickly.
Now Gayan Salinder trying to make a break. Offloads well to Madhushan. He takes the ball forward. Now Army slowly inching forward. Ashan Bandara sends it out wide to Sudhara Dikkumura. He is bundled into touch, and yes, so it will be a line out from center field for Navy.
It was a very good tackle by Buddhima Piyaratna. He did very well to tackle the man from his ankles and bundle him out to touch. So here's another line out throw. This is the replay. The aspect of Ashan Bandara has been that long cutout pass. This was Madhushan who went in, and here's Mohammad Rizvi feeding the ball out to Ashan Bandara.
Navy opt to go for that short line out. Ruchi Dharmapala searching for the ball. Abzal feeds his forwards well. This is the only real opportunity that Navy have got to be on that attacking foot, and now Buddhima Piyaratna tries to fend off 1-2, but he's brought down. We see too many numbers in that Navy breakdown as allowing the Army forwards to rush up in defense. Now Adisha sends it out right to Mohammad Abzal. He makes a dummy and sends it out to Tanu Jamalimbada, but he drops the ball. So cardinal error there by Malimbada.
A good passage of play for Navy. This was the first time they starved Army of possession, and they strung up quite a few passes, and they looked dangerous. Mushin Falil and Tanu Jamalimbada looking dangerous, and they were reliable. Buddhima Piyaratna making those important tackles and those sneaky offloads with his devastative pace, and this will be Navy in a good position to attack. They will try to use the center combination with Mohammad Abzal sending those short passes.
Good opportunity for Navy now. And Chatura Senaratna making amends to his first mistake with that kick not finding touch. But nevertheless, Guna Singha puts in a good ball this time. Abzal feeds his forward and he offers Mushin File. Mushin File sends it to Abzal and he will score beside the post. What a beautiful try, Kavin.
That was exactly what I was talking about earlier. A set piece move. Not the line-out wasn't collected cleanly, but it was beautiful hands from Mohammad Abzal, who sent out Bushin Falil, who got the offload into Tanuja Malimbara's hand, and all Tanuja had to do was give the ball to Mohammad Abzal, who was on his right corner, and Chadura Senaviratna doesn't take much time to put the conversion through, and it's 7-all here. That was a training ground move from Navy. That was very well worked out. There you go, the replay. The line out wasn't cleanly collected, and that was Mushin Falil sending out the ball to Mohammad Abzal, who had just a dot down just right off the posts.
Just still trying to figure out what the Army defense was doing, Kavin. They weren't coming up in one line. They were scattered, and that's why so many gaps were opened up for Navy, and Afzal had his options and he opted to go for the good decision, passed it to the centers and collected it back. So deserved try for Navy as Army will look to take the lead back once again. That's a good chase there by Madhushan. Still Navy in their own territory will need to get off jail, and like I was saying earlier, too many numbers there in the breakdown. That's not a good thing for Navy. Richie will have to talk to his forwards as Chatura puts in that high kick. Gayan Sal in the under it, not collecting it cleanly, lets it to bounce once, but he will put the return kick into space. Is it overcooked? No. Senavaratna letting it to go inside the in-goal area. He will touch it down. So it'll be a 22 dropout for Navy.
That was very poor from Gayan Salinde. He should have collected that ball from the first time. He should have never let that ball bounce. It was awkward for him when he collected, and the defense was rushing in right on his neck when he put that kick, and another poor kick from Chatura Seneviratne.
Gayan Salinde now. You see, he ran 20 meters and not one single defender was on him. So that says much about this game. Navy is not making this defense an intense thing. They're letting the Army players come to them as Ashan Bandar feeds number 18. Abhiratna, he's brought down, holding on for sure, but tackler not releasing, says the referee, Dinusha Chaturanga, pleading for the referee, asking him what he did wrong, and to be quite honest, feel like referee Abekon was being quite harsh.
I initially thought that it was a little too harsh, and for Navy rather, Dinusha Chaturanga had the hands on his ball, and Gayan Salinde this time makes a good touch find, and here's the replay. There you go. He didn't have hands on the ground. It was over the ball, and a clean, clear, stolen ball as well. So the referee didn't spot it as Army on the attack yet again.
It's not straight, the first throw. So Navy will have the options of going to a scrum or to retake that line out, and they opt to take the scrum.
These are the cardinal mistakes Army can't afford to do. They came inside the opposition's 22 twice. Last, it was a knock-on from Army, and this time the line-out wasn't straight, and two golden opportunities for Army gone begging. They could have surely taken the 6 points. Two penalties there as well. It could have been 13-7, but however they opted not to, and they find themselves 7-all.
17 minutes into the game, we see the first scrum as Richie Dharmapal takes it quick, sends it to Afzal, who sends it out wide to Tarindu Malimbada. He's brought down in centre field as Navy now on the attack. Rushed back. Chatura running with the ball in hand. He gets caught up into heavy traffic as Richie now puts in that kick. He finds space, but Gayan Salinde collects it cleanly. Offloads to Ashan Bandar, who cuts back inside, but is tackled right on the money by Gihan Pereira. Rizvi will need to ask his forwards to stay composed and set up play well like they did in their first few minutes. Navy rushing in defense now. This is a good sight to see. Still with possession now. Sugat Nanakar bumps off one play, but well tackled there by Malimbada. He forces the ball carrier to make that initial knock-on, and they are with possession now, Kavind.
That was very good defense from Navy. It was rushed defense and not too early. That forced Sugat Nanakar to pop that ball, and it was a knock-on seconds later. This is the replay. There you see another long cut-out pass. Ashan Bandar has been throwing a lot of long passes in the short 20 minutes of play today. It wasn't the case last weekend they used the forwards against CHNFC. The forwards tired the CHNFC outfit. We're just 18 minutes, but we've seen a lot of forwards play the second scrum in a matter of just 1.5 seconds, minutes rather.
Now Navy on the attack from that clean scrum. Buddhima Piyaratna finds some space, but is brought down inside the 22. So Navy will be on the attack now. Abzal, he tries to dummy, finds space. Good offload to Radisha Veerasinghe Seneviratne, who just caught up there, not releasing. So a penalty in favor of Navy. Radisha plays it quick, and now Richie Dharmapala touches down, and that'll be the second try for Navy. Richie Dharmapala there from that breakdown sneaks through and score. What a try, Kavind.
It was initially very well done by the breakdown here, the scrum. It was another set move, a training ground move, and Richie Dharmapala had the sense to spot the gap between the fringes and go over. It was very poor defending from Ashan Bandara and Sudhara Vedikumara at that far corner, far right corner. He should have sensed that Richie Dharmapala was looking for that sniping dive over the line. It was just meters away, and here you go, the replay. This was the break from Rajesh Seneviratne, and Richie Dharmapala diving over the line as Chatura Seneviratne looks for the second conversion of the day. That doesn't finds its target, so it's 12 points to 7. It was a good break by Radisha, and equally finished by Richie as well.
Yeah, we know Radisha. He's always known for his work rate, Kavint. Wherever he played, be it police or Air Force, he has been a standout performer in that loose, playing as a loose forward.
And he had the sense of taking that quick tap as well that led to the try.
And Richie too there saw the space. He saw the numbers out wide, but sneaked in through. That's what a good scrum half would do. As Ashan Bandar will look to put his team back on top with momentum on their side. As a deep kick there. Richie trying to use his feet as Buddhima Piyaratne now steps off one. He sees space out, but he makes a good burst. He has space. He steps off another. One man to beat now, but puts in a wayward pass there. And let's go off a good possession. Army there with the ball now, and they win it through a knock-on. So a good start there by Buddhima Piyaratne. But
what a run by Buddhima Piyaratne. There you go. He looked initially to kick and then stepped past 3 defenders like it was nothing. And a good...
In fact, it looked like a soldier's hand there, Kavind.
I think that
very lucky to get off there.
That should have been a Navy scrum. It was Ashan Bandara's arm that knocked the ball out of Buddhima. What a player he has been, Buddhima Piyaratne. He just looked to kick and then stepped past 4 players.
Rizvi now with the put-in. A good attacking scrum. Cleanly trying to reset things up was Sugat Nanayakar. Bandara with that inside ball to Samira Bulatsinghe, who's hammered to the ground there. Rizvi opts to go in the blind side. Nanayakar once again goes into an Army trying to build up momentum to their side again. Bandara to Dileepa. He's brought down. Army just not getting over that gain line. Bulat Singhal trying to fend off Mushin Falil and loses the ball in possession. Now Abzal sends it out by to Dinusha Chaturanga, who is brought down in the far corner. It's more to go, and it's coming from the side, says the referee. And now a good chip kick there by Mushin Falil. Still possession with Navy. Richie. And the referee will bring it back to the initial infringement.
some scrappy play by Army. They weren't organized, and good thinking by Tanuja Malim, but Mushin Fali rather to opt for that chip kick over the defense. Had he collected it, he was in for all money. The initial attack was yet again orchestrated by Buddhima Piyaratna. It was so good to watch. Radhesh Senaratna yet again had the sense to take the ball off the ground and secure possession.
Another interesting fact was that the first 17 minutes of the game had no scrum in it. That'll tell you how the ball handling and how intense it was. But in these past 5 minutes, we've seen 3 scrums already, Kavint. That tells something about it, don't you think?
Yeah, I think we've seen 4 scrums, in fact. But handling in the fact they are looking for that cheeky offloads now.
Abzal sends it out wide. A good move there to Mushin Falil, who offloads to Radhesh Senaviratna, and he will go under the post. What a beautiful move, Kavint. Very unexpected. Took the Army defense by surprise.
That was another brilliant set piece move right off the back. It was nothing the Army defense could do about that. It was a training ground move, as I suspect. It landed on the hands of Rajesh Senaviratna. Initially, the good work was done by Tanu Jamal Imbada, who had the sense to give it to Mushin Falil, and Mushin Falil handed it over to Muhammad Abza. We will have the replay after this conversion. Chatura Senaviratna slots it through, and here's a look at the replay. That was Muhammad Abzal sending it out to Mushin Falil, and Mushin Falil did brilliantly to take Samir Bulat Singhala on and leave that space for Radhesh Senaviratna to dive in. Muhammad Abzal has been the playmaker so far. He's playing in this number 10 position. He was opted out. It was Chatura Senaviratna who played last time around, and Muhammad Abzal is grabbing that number 10 jersey.
Bandara with the restart. Not a very high kick. Let's it bounce was Radhesh. And waits for support to arrive. But referee stops the play. I think the touch judge saw an infringement there.
I think it was a high tackle on Rajesh Senaviratna. It was the incoming player who had the arm around. I think they will look to go to the pocket. The referee will go to the pocket. Bulat Singhala being called up, and it was a swinging arm, as the referee says. He has been warned off, and here's the replay. Lets the ball bounce and collects, and there you go, the swinging arm from Nanayakara. Rajesh Senaviratna looks to be okay.
He's a tough guy, Kavint. He will be okay, but to be fair, looking back at that incident, you can't quite blame the oncoming defender, Kavint, because Radhesh was already down, bending down with his neck popping front, as however, Navy with a penalty. And coming back to that incident, Kavint, I really don't quite think that Sugat Nanaga could have gone more below than what he went. He's a big man, so 50-50 call there.
And an interesting fact is that after a couple of lineouts in the first 15 minutes, and we've seen so many breakdowns in the next 10 minutes of play, 4 scrums, and here again 3 lineouts again, and so many mistakes from both sides.
Guru Singh there now make amends to his first few mistakes, as Richie looks for more options. Abza puts an inside ball. And De Silva Once again, Mushin Falil to Chaturasena Viratna. He tries to fend his way through, but is brought down. Chaturanga is there for support. Richie to Adisha Veeratunga, who twists and turns. So once again, Mohammad Afzal distributing the ball well and looks like holding on, but referee lets it go. So Navy still with possession. Adisha, another good carry by him, but he's being pushed back. So Navy on the back foot, but not rolling away, says the referee. So another penalty for Navy.
I don't think he could have rolled away as well. There was two Navy players on top of that player. But here again, that's the replay. There you go, two players on the Navy player, on the Army player rather. So both Gihan Pereira and Adisha Veeratunga has been having an excellent game. That was Gihan Pereira who's down, wearing the number 7 jersey. Excellent work rates, committing to those tackles, getting the Army forwards no space to breathing down their necks as Chaturasena Viratna thumps another long kick. Doesn't find much distance though.
He brings the Navy just inside the Army territory. Still about 40 meters to go. 35 rather. But a good opportunity for Amit.
The inclusion of Chaturasena Viratna has given coaches that important
Looks
long
like
boot.
Army has stolen the ball. Another mistake by Guru Singha. Sends it out by to Bulat Singhala, who steps away. Now he's going through. Swamina Bulat Singhala looking to the offload, but Madhushan just could not hold on to that ball. Another opportunity gone begging for Army.
And that was what Navy is lacking at the moment. Here's the replay. Not a good line out for Navy. Collected and a long cutout pass. Another long cutout pass from Ashan Bandara, finding Samir Bulat Silangara as he went stepping past two players.
Looks like another player is down. I think it's Sugat Nanakar, the big prop forward. In fact, that's Madhushan. He looks fine. And it was a good run. Navy still not letting go of momentum though. Although Army had it in their favor in the first 10 minutes, Navy has managed to steal it for the next 15. And now once again we're back with Army having the upper hand. So momentum is swinging like a pendulum both ways today.
And Army has had 3 golden opportunities to score as well. They were really unlucky to have knocked the ball down on all those 3 occasions.
Radisha to Ruchi Dharmapala. Mushin Falil to Buddhima Piyaratna, who makes a fumble out of it. So Navy, like I said earlier, going downwards while Army trying to turn the momentum in their favor. So a line out for Army, which they've been quite good at. Scored that first try, threw a line out, threw a driving maul, and I won't be surprised if they opt to go for a driving maul from here. In fact, it's a scrum.
I think Buddhima Piyaratna knocked the ball down. Mohammad Risu will feed in, but Ashan Bandar has opted not to go to that number 12.
Rizvi puts in a chip kick as Lienage tries to collect it, but blocking, says the referee, so he'll come back to an initial infringement there. If we can take a look at that. And Looks like Gayan Salinda will opt to go for the points. No, Ashan Bandara.
That's 9 points they have missed, and he's misjudged the kick yet again. Calls for mark. Does Adisha Veeratunga.
He puts in a high hanging kick there to get out of jail. Rizvi collects it cleanly. In fact, it's Ashan Bandara who collects it cleanly, looking to run straight through laterally. Sends it out wide to Madhura Bandara. He's trying to get over side, but Tanuja is there to stop him. Now Army needs support. Sudara Dikkumura acting as scrum half, tries to put in that kick from the base, but a penalty in their favour.
Illegal rocking, says the referee. It was the centre, Mushin Falil, who counter-rucked illegally so, and this could have been the 4th penalty they would have put over if they had opted for 3 points. 4 penalties inside the 30-meter mark of the opposition red zone. 4 Army, none which they opted to go for the 3 points, but opted to go for the line out, which they squandered.
But taking the win into consideration, Kavin, I think Gayan Salinda knows how important it is. It plays a major factor here, and it's quite hard to go for the kicks as Army now on the front foot with another driving maul. Still moving forward. This is good sight to see. The soldiers finally brought down. Inside the 22 though, Rizvi sends it out wide to Sugat Nanakara, who gains a few good yards. Trying to up the pace now. Ashan Bandara looking for options. Cuts it out wide to Madhura Bandara, who cuts back in. Still with possession in hand. I mean, we need to play it safe and play it quick here. They have the momentum. Ashan Bandara slices through, but is brought down. Ever so close to that 5-meter mark. Rizvi tries to sneak through. He's caught up in heavy traffic though. Now Army will have to play it close through the forwards. Sugat Nanakara not able to go front, but referee has his hand up for an advantage. The forwards doing everything they can. Ashan Bandara screams for the ball. He cuts back inside. Gets inside that 5 meters. The red zone now. Rizvi sends it out wide to Sugat Nanakara, who once again doesn't gain much ground. Tirusha Adhikaram with ball. He's brought down inside, so inches away from the whitewash. Army playing it close. Nanakara back-to-back carries there. Rizvi sends it to Gayan Salinda. He looks to cut back inside. Makes an offload and looks like number 20, the flanker Pushpa Kumara. Dhanushka Pushpa Kumara scores a try. His 2nd try for the day. Good work done there by Gayan Salinda. Although the offload wasn't intentional, it still fell in their favour.
Very good play by Army. They opted for the line out when they could have gone for the 3 points, which I thought was the right decision, but they proved me wrong as they went through the rolling maul, and they will have another 5-pointer, the 2nd for them in the first half, as Gayan Salinda will line up the conversion. It was good stuff from the forwards, and it was initially good stuff from the Navy defense as well. They held on for so long until a missed tackle from Tanuja Malimbada. Tanuja Malimbada led the try through, as Gayan Salinda, when he can kick like that, he should take the penalties right in front of the posts and get the 3 points. And here's the replay. That was the missed tackle by Tanuja Malimbada, and that was why the try was scored. He went a little too high. He could have gone around his legs. That would have taken him down. But the missed tackle costing Navy with a try. It's 19 points to 14 with 3 minutes on our clock to half time.
Just one more converted try will put Army in the lead, and maybe that's what they're looking for, as Gayan Salinder with the return kick finds touch, so takes Army out of jail. Navy needs to get momentum back in their side, because once the Army team finds the rhythm, finds their song, they're going to dance to its beat, Kavind.
This was exactly what Army did to CHNFC. They managed to drain the energy out of CHNFC last weekend, and we'll see whether they'll do the same to Navy too.
Vimukti Deshan there with a good carry. Richie Dharmapala to Mohammad Afzal, who puts a high kick into space, but Gayan Salinder is under it, and he collects it cleanly. Little juggle, and he calls for mark. So
I think there was the kicker in front of the runner in front of the kicker, so it was a penalty. The other way around rather. So Gayan Salinder was really lucky. He could have been mashed there if it wasn't for the penalty.
yeah, and for a second I thought that he was going to make a fumble out of it. A good kick.
Here's an opportunity for Army to get attacking yet again. There have been milking penalties. Navy have been guilty of giving away at least 9 penalties so far in the first half, and only on 2 occasions have Army made the most of it. All 3 tries from Navy came courtesy of 3 brilliant set move training ground moves. So here's Navy with the line out.
That's quite confusing. I think it was a 22. It was a mark call there earlier. Maybe that's why it's a Navy line out. So Navy on the attack. Nirosh Pereira there securing that ball. Richie looking for options. Afzal, he has space and he goes straight through the middle. He steps his way, steps in, steps out, get out. Says Gayan Salinder to move, and a beautiful offload to Radisha, who gets his second try. Looked like the soldiers were not on the defense, but if we can take a look at that again.
I think there was a knock on when Mohammad Afzal tried to pass it to Radisha Senaviratna. I think the try has been awarded, and I think we can take a look at the replay. Chadura Senaviratna with the conversion.
Nevertheless, that was a good break there by Mohammad Afzal. He caught the Army defense snapping, sliced straight through, stepped in, stepped out, offloaded to Richie Dharmapala, and that offload is what we are looking for. If that was a knock on, let's take a look right after this kick. And I think it's half time here.
And here's the replay. There was Mohammad Afzal. Here's the pass. And I think there was a knock-on that went right in front.
That was a clear knock-on, Kavind. The ball fell straight in front. Clearly, Mohammad Afzal dropping the ball forward.
And here's that knock-on.
The ball's falling right in front of him, and Richie collecting it in front of him. So that is quite unfortunate for Army, as Navy get their bonus point try if they win this game at the end of the day. Let's take a look at the highlights of the first half. This was in the 3rd minute when Army scored their first try. And Gayan Salin made no mistake from a difficult angle. Jotted that kick in straight through. And this was how Navy got onto the board first up. Mushin Falil there offloaded to Mohammad Afzal, and he made no mistake jotting the ball down. And thereon it was all Navy. Radhish Senivirathan there. We know his work rate. He managed to take that quickly, and Richie Dharmapala sneaked through that blind side. And that was another good ball by Tanu Jamalimbada. Took on both his oncoming defenders and one hand offload to Radhisha, who scored his second. Gayan Salinda, he got the fortunate offload, and Lianage scored the try for Army just before this incident took place. Mohammad Afzal stepped in, stepped out, and dropped the ball. Tanuja collected it, offloaded to Radhisha, who scored his second try, putting Navy in a comfortable lead, 26 points to 14 at halftime here at the Air Force Grounds, Ratmalana. We'll catch you with second half action as we go into a short break. Stay tuned to www.ThePapare.com.
Crescent Mini Keeves. Try it. Love it. The original Mini Keeves, only from Crescent.
Crunchy munchy.
Fiery Kochi.
Crescent Kochi Bites. Try it. Love it. The original Kochi Bites, only from Crescent.
Sophisticated selection of Yardley, London.
අපේ ගෙදර හැමෝටම ඉන්ටර්නෙට් ඕනේ. මොබිටෙල් Wi-Fi රවුටරේ නිසා ගෙදරදී කිසි ප්‍රශ්නයක් නැහැ. අපි වෙන වෙනම ඉන්ටර්නෙට් ගියත් පැකේජ් එක එකයි. ඒත් ගෙදරින් එළියට ගියාම හැමෝටම පැකේජ් එක අරන් යන්න පුළුවන්ද? Hey Barry, මොබිටෙල් Wi-Fi Plus පැකේජ් එක තියෙන්නේ. ලංකාවේ කොහේ ගියත් රවුටරේ ගෙදර තියෙද්දි ගෙදර හැමෝටම එකම පැකේජ් එකෙන් වෙන වෙනම ඉන්ටර්නෙට් යන්න පුළුවන් එකම ක්‍රමය. මොබිටෙල් Wi-Fi Plus විතරයි. ඒ විතරක් නෙමෙයි. එක බිලයි, කනෙක්ෂන්ස් ගොඩයි.
Fast Pulsar NS160 with wider tyres and twin disc brakes from David Pieris Motor Company Private Limited.
අපේ ගෙදර හැමෝටම ඉන්ටර්නෙට් ඕනේ. මොබිටෙල් Wi-Fi රවුටරේ නිසා ගෙදරදී කිසි ප්‍රශ්නයක් නැහැ. අපි වෙන වෙනම ඉන්ටර්නෙට් ගියත් පැකේජ් එක එකයි. ඒත් ගෙදරින් එළියට ගියාම හැමෝටම පැකේජ් එක අරන් යන්න පුළුවන්ද? Hey Barry, මොබිටෙල් Wi-Fi Plus පැකේජ් එක තියෙන්නේ. ලංකාවේ කොහේ ගියත් රවුටරේ ගෙදර තියෙද්දි ගෙදර හැමෝටම එකම පැකේජ් එකෙන් වෙන වෙනම ඉන්ටර්නෙට් යන්න පුළුවන් එකම ක්‍රමය. මොබිටෙල් Wi-Fi Plus විතරයි. ඒ විතරක් නෙමෙයි. එක බිලයි, කනෙක්ෂන්ස් ගොඩයි. අපේ ගෙදර හැමෝටම ඉන්ටනෙට් ඕනේ. මොබිටෙල් Wi-Fi රවුටරේ නිසා ගෙදරේදී කිසි ප්‍රශ්නයක් නෑ. අපි වෙන වෙනම ඉන්ටනෙට් ගියත් පැකේජ් එක එකයි. ඒත් ගෙදරින් එළියට ගියාම හැමෝටම පැකේජ් එක අරන් යන්න පුළුවන්ද? Hey Perry! මොබිටෙල් Wi-Fi Plus පැකේජ් එක තියෙන්නේ ලංකාවේ කොහේ ගියත් රවුටරේ ගෙදර තියෙද්දි ගෙදර හැමෝටම එකම පැකේජ් එකෙන් වෙන වෙනම ඉන්ටර්නෙට් යන්න පුළුවන් එකම ක්‍රමය. මොබිටෙල් Wi-Fi Plus විතරයි. ඒ විතරක් නෙමේ. එක බිලයි, කනෙක්ෂන්ස් ගොඩයි.
Welcome back to Air Force Grounds Ratmalan and the second half of the Army versus Navy game as Chatura put in that kick and Army trying to get out of their own territory and gain that yardage. Rizvi sends the ball to Ashan Bandara who puts in that clearance kick but doesn't find touch. Chatura Sinuratna under it. He takes off one player but goes straight into contact. Looked like a big blow there. Richie Dharmapala looking for options. Gihan Pereira straight into contact. Feeding the ball well. Richie Dharmapala. Mohammad Afzal sends it out wide to Amit Guru Singh who sends it to Veeratunga. Cuts back inside. Loses the ball forward there. Cardinal at this first minute in the second half. And joining me in commentary to take you through this second half is Inshaf.
Very good evening, viewers. It has been a game that Army had the start. They had the momentum early on, but with 4 tries, they've already got the bonus point. Navy Sports Club look to have come back. I think they made their statement last time against Air Force as well. Right here in this very ground, and now they are here leading against 26 against Army, 26 points to 14. We saw Mohammad Afzal making that wonderful tackle, wonderful move early on at the brink of half-time and allowing Rajit Senuratu to score that. We'll take a look at that try once again if we have the time, but it looked to me, Yusran, that the ball went sideways. It was not a knock-on, and referee Shankar Bekon made the right call at the right time to award that as a legitimate try. There you go. That was the replay. Look at that break from Mohammad Afzal. Afzal has been a revelation today. Steps inside. Now he's been taken down. Marginal high tackle, but look at the ball movement. I think the ball moved back initially from this point of view, Yuzan. So referee Shankar Bekon was the right man at the right place with his correct vision. So he's made the right call, but nevertheless, Army have a mountain to climb in this next 40 minutes.
I'd have to disagree with you on that, Inshaf. As we move on to the second half, leaving that at the past. Now, Army with an opportunity early in the second half. Mohammad Rizvi with the put in, and it looked like Kasun Maduranga was the one taking that big hit, and you see him taking a toll on that, number 12. And I think he will be substituted. It doesn't look in good shape in Shaf, Kasun.
I think this game, Yuzran, has been revolving around their 9 and 10 combinations, perfectly new conditions. And Mohammad Afzal was unfortunately out, not even named in the bench, if I'm not wrong, in the first few games. But then Coach Motilal Zatilaka has given him the opportunity in this encounter. And looks like he's stepping up and making sure that he is the first choice for the Sailors in that starting number 10 position.
Yeah, and he's proving to be a good fly-half in the making, former Kingswoodian. Last season as well, he had some good games, scoring a few tries, as Mohammad Rizvi now.
See, Rizvi has not had the best game so far as Army breakthrough on the shorter side. Now going into action is Tanuka Vijayatilaka. Ball comes out. Rizvi still wanting his forwards out. Looks like he wants to use his forwards one more time. Isolated there, but once again a turnover. Silly mistake, but referee says it was off a Navy player's hands. So advantage for Army. Now Salinder has Sena Nayaka on the outside. Army once again. Asham Bandara looks for his options. Rizvi Goes to his skipper Upula Beratna. Pushed backwards by the Army defense. Rizvi has options once again. Now he goes to Ashan Bandar. Bandara goes to the reliable number 7, that is the captain Chandima Upula Beratna. Bandara once again. Sena Nayaka. Space on the outside. 2 players on the wing for Army. That was Samir Bulat Singhal. Bulat Singhal has had a good game for the Army team. Changing options this time around. Army, I think it's key for them to hold on to possession. Once again, using that pick and go option, Rizvi. Still going. Now Army are in that 22. This is dangerous. They'll need to convert this to an opportunity to score some points. Ball comes out to the far side. Good meters made from Army. I think referees let that one go. No look pass from the scrum half. I'm not sure if that was the right thing to do, but good pressure from Tusita Senanayaka. Almost coughed up a try on that occasion, but unfortunately that will be a free kick in favor of Navy.
First up, I think Senanayaka was offside in front of the kicker. There we can take a look at it. Asan Bandar brought down. And he releases the ball mid-air. Rizvi collects it. No look pass to Madhura Bandar. And in fact, Senanayaka was in front of the kicker. And
now Chatura Senuratna makes no mistake. I think Senuratna is trying to take that, take best use of that opportunity. He's been gifted. He's always the second choice fullback for Navy Sports Club. He's breaking up the shoes of Tilnavira Singh, the top try and point scorer from last year's season New Zealand. He's not had the best of seasons so far.
I agree, and Chatura Senuratna has not had the best game so far. He's made quite a few errors and not made the right options as
Navy once again get the better of. I think that was once again a knock on. This is not good from Army. I think they're gifting away position at unwanted times. This is clearly how they would not want to play this game. We saw early on in the week 4 when Army Sports Club came back from that game to win that one against the CHNFC. It showed a lot of stature from the Army forwards. I think Coach Vaipa Gunaratna has done well with their forwards. They failed 4 times this run. I think 4 times that Troy was disallowed by Priyanka Gunaratna, and on the 5th time Asham Bandara came out victorious.
I was there at that match in Chaff, and it was quite a sight to watch the Army players and the forwards not giving up, and hopefully they can make up in this game as well.
Now Mushin Falil, good passage of play from Radhija Senuratna. Captain Dharma Palal goes to Chatura Senuratna. He has a good distance on that kick, but goes to the hands of Gayan Salind. Salind will also do the same thing. This time goes through the ground, and now opportunity opening up for Navy. Senuratna once again brings his team inside. Referee says play on. Good presence of mind from Senanayaka, but this time around he'll push that one into touch, but he's made sure that he does not kick it on the full.
He should have collected it cleanly in Chaff rather than going for that chip in front. You can never predict this rugby ball, and for Senanayaka it went out. There you go. Mohammad Afzal sends it to Senaviratna, who tries to cut back inside. And as the ball pops out there, Senanayaka should have collected it there. He had space on the blind side. He should have made some good ground and created some momentum for Army.
Guru Singh once again goes to the second lock, but it's a turnover for Army. Here comes that try scorer, Danushka Pushpakumara. Pushpakumara does well to hold on. Now Rizvi has pace and numbers on the short side. Bandar acting as Krama at halfback, still making progress. His Army, I think earlier as well, they came to their 22 meter but could not get that try they wanted. Now the captain Abhiratnam trying to sweep through that Navy defense. Ball back to the second row. That's Tirusha Dukaram wearing that number 4 jersey. Rizvi once again, short ball. slowing things down, Army, trying to play it at their face. Once again, turnover, this is not acceptable. And when you give the ball away to someone like Rajesh Seniratna, you're definitely going to pay for it. And now it's a turnover. Gayan Salinda is the first to get through to that ball. Now, Tuchit Senanayaka, Army on the counter attack, cutting inside. Good defense from Navy. Long pass, doesn't find a man, but Adhikaram is there to clean that one. Contest in the breakdown, and looks like it's a turnover. Yes, it is a turnover, and Navy have done well in the breakdown, but they'll need to hold on to the ball a bit more. And Sathura Seniratna on the other side of the field. Dharmapala to his forwards. Dharmapala once again. Now this time, this is dangerous play. Muhammad Afzal has the high-hanging kick, but the Kumbra does the cleaning duties. But Buddhima Piyaratna does well to stall the Army attack. Now Army trying to break through. Tirusha Adhikaram. Mohammad Rizvi now has Aberatna. Aberatna has numbers now, breaking through is the big prop forward. Sugat Nanakar. Bandara once again finding space. Makes a few meters, looked for options, could not find a pass. Niroshan. Referees let that one go. Now Rizvi has Salinda. Salinda has Bulat Singhala, but looks like that was a high tackle, and referee wants to have a chat with the assistant referee.
Navy were rushing in defense anyway. First occasion as well. Tirusha Adhikaram pleading for that penalty, as this time Bulat Singhala looks to be on the ground. You can take a look at that. There you go. Gayan Salinda sent it out by to Bulat Singhala, and in fact it looked a bit high there. Amit Guru Singha was the culprit in that occasion. And it's a hard angle to go for the 3 points, but I think the good option will be here, a scrum or a line out, and it looks like it's gonna be a card, and it's that man, Kasun De Silva. In fact, it's Charit Silva who will be sent off for 10 minutes, and it's a good opportunity for Army to opt for a scrum, especially with the numerical advantage now.
I think Yusran, now is the right moment if Army needs to bring that turnaround in this encounter. It's 2 tries away for them to equalize, or at least take the lead. But interesting call. I think this is where leadership and call decision making is going to come. Now that Charit Silva is off, they'll need to bring in a replacement front row forward, and in return they'll need to send back third row. But looks like Gayan Salinda wants to go for touch and try to run the ball through a rolling maul. I think that's the intention's correct. I think we saw them, the forwards, in good action against CSNFC at Police Park, but conditions have changed here at Air Force, and Army will need to rethink their strategies when they get into this line out.
Spot on, Inshaf. Conditions have changed. It's not like Police Park here at Ratmalana. Quite difficult to rock and maul in this grassy conditions.
Tirusha Adhikaram, wonderful collection from that line out. Now Army needs to transfer the ball to the back of the rolling maul. Good pressure from Navy. Referee says that's okay to go, so Army will have to use it. Looks like it's a turnover, so very well done and that time by Navy. I think that was yes, that looks like it was Radhi Seniratna, the man there doing the dirty business. Little bit of aji-baji, but very well done in Navy's behalf. Radhi Seniratna, we saw him in action against in the Air Force colours last season. Just didn't get his act together, so he's joined the Sailors, and what addition he has been to that Navy team.
I agree, and He has been a workhorse in this Navy team, scoring 2 tries today. And going back to what we were talking on earlier in Chaf, I think the conditions is what matters today. There you go. That driving maul arm is still having possession, loses it down
See,
on the ground.
what's interesting is that they got this right in that CH game. Just that final fitting in that rolling maul didn't get right, and Rajeshwari Seniratne causing a nuisance of himself in that rolling maul and winning that one for Navy. So second opportunity for Army goes begging. Gayan Sarina should have gone for points or opted for that scrum early on.
That too in the second half only. In the first half, 3-point scoring opportunities were gone.
Guru Singh, that time Adi Seniratne does not collect that ball cleanly. If you're joining in right now, this is live pitches coming to you on a #1 sports hub. Scores now 26 points of 14. A lot of rugby action coming to you on ThePapare.com and on Dialogue TV Channel 1. Meanwhile, we'll take a look at that line out as well. Adi Senratna almost had that one in his hands, but could not hold on to that ball. So opportunity once again opening up for Army. Plenty action. We have 2 crucial encounters coming to you tomorrow and the day after. CR and FC playing Havelock Sports Club at London Place, and then after that CH and FC will be travelling to Candy Sports Club, and that's going to be a crunch of an encounter.
Surely will be. CR and Havis, both 2 strong contenders, strong teams, and it will be a really tough fight tomorrow as Vimukti Deshan makes the field, because you need to have a prop forward while one's in the bin. So they let go of second row, and Vimukti.
Looks like Adisha Veeratunga will have to spend a few minutes sitting out. Meanwhile, Army looking for their try. Third attempt by the soldiers. Tirusha Adhikaram, quick ball to Sugat Nanakar. Rizvi goes to the shorter side. Has Sudaragadi Kumura in support. Rizvi once again. This time Ashan Bandar out to Upula Beratna. Good carries from Aberatna so far. Aravind Karunaratna this time. Recycling well Mohammad Rizvi. Now Bandara puts in a dummy. Tried to go on his own, trying to make a few meters. Doesn't go through. Picking and go the Army front row. Niroshan Dilip, Aravind Karunaratna joining together on that face. Now Sugat Nanakar trying to fend off one, fends off one, but good defense from Amit Guru Singh, holding that man down. Meters close to that try line. Breaking through is Tirusha Adhikaram. Adhikaram has the legs, but just falls meters short. Ball is held up. Referee says Army still have the ball with themselves. Oh my goodness, that's another turnover. This is not good from Army. And that was a knock-on. Referee Ishan Kabelkon played the advantage for the Sailors, and he has put a knock-on. So this is not good. Third attempt to go, and there you go. This was the break. Tirusha Adhikaram that time saw the opportunity, space opening up in front of him. I think there was a slight knock-on on that occasion when he fell down. Had he recycled that ball properly, it could have been a try-scoring opportunity for Army.
For sure. First up, I thought it was a try for all money. Tirusha Adhikaram should have reached out and gone on with the white bush, but in fact he opted to play the ball, and the forwards making a huge fumble, and I think it will cost them dearly in this second half.
Let's see what Sugat Nanakar and his forwards have in store for the next few minutes of play. Meanwhile, Navy Sports Club have done well in this outing with their new combinations. I think things have seemed to be working for the Sailors. Dharmapala with the feed. Seniratna does well to hold on. Now Chatura Seniratna with the clearing duties. I think Seniratna's key positives to take from him is his kicking ability. I think we saw it in and out during the school's rugby season when he played for St. Joseph's as well. And I think the Navy team is using his strengths to good use for their gameplay.
Yeah, but not today. In South today, he has not been quite up there for Navy. Failed to find touch in few occasions, 3 to be precise. But other than that, he's been quite consistent throughout this Dialogue Rugby League. And Army now, they have to get this right. They have to score. They've been in this half for over a quarter.
Karunaratna does well with the line out. Good collection at that time. Army still looking for that try. It's been 18 minutes so far. I think they've dominated more than 3/4 of position in the second half. Just that they've not been able to convert the position into tries and points this time. Sugat Nanakkara breaking through. Meters close to that try line. Lovely inside ball to Mohammad Rizvi. Ball pops out and looks like a referee said play on. No. Not releasing the player, says referee Abeko. Now this time looks like Gayan Sarina does the correct thing. He wants to go for a scrum. He's very adamant. And oh my goodness, that's not the way you do it, Yuzan. Let's take a look. Here's what happened. This was Dhanushka Karunaratna.
It looked like Vimukti Deshan, hands on the ground there, right in front of the referee, rightfully so awarding a penalty to Army. And it looks like they've taken Gahansar in this advice and gone for that scrum. And I think Army will have to put a bit of pressure in this scrum and push Navy slightly behind, just allowing the Army backs to spot the gaps and to push back the Navy defense. That'll be the right thing to do for Army. And with the numerical advantage, it's the perfect opportunity for the soldiers to get on board.
We saw how dangerous the Candy forwards were last week when they played CR and FC up that Nithavala. Let's see if the Army forwards could match that same. Breaking through is the number 8, Dhanushka Pushpakumara. In fact, that's Dhanuka Vijay Tulega. Now Army looking for options. Has Nanakkara and his counterpart Dileep lining up onto the left. Good defense from the Sailors. Asham Bandara will need to pass this one out. Good intercept, but looks like that's offside. That's intentionally knocking the ball on. So quick tap taken by Dikkumara. Dikkumara goes for the line. Held up once again. Second phase recycling the ball is Sandhimu Pulapara. Abhiratna doesn't find too many meters. Now short ball, very unfortunate. Oh my goodness, how unfortunate was that ball. Mohammad Rizvi saw his play on the outside. He knew the intentions. Samira Bulat Singhal made a mess of the ball. And just like that, the fourth real scoring opportunity goes begging for the soldiers. This is not good rugby. I think they'll need to bring in their strategies back as Army have not been able to take the best use of that yellow card as Sarit Silva joins the field for the Sailors.
That shows one thing about how this Army team has been playing. Take a look at the replay. Rizvi sends it to Ashan Bandara. He sees space out wide and Buddhima Piyaratna, intentional knock on there, trying to grab the ball. And what happened after that is the real incident. What happened for Army. Played it quickly and Mohammad Rizvi recycling the ball there through Tirusha Adhikaram, who tries to barge his way through to the whitewash, and this is where it all went wrong. Bulat Singhal dropping that ball.
That was a try for all money's sake. Yusran Samira Bulat Singhal just had to collect that and just plant it just on the whitewash, and that would have been a try for Army. But the Army team just missing out on their scoring opportunity. So we've got something less than 20 minutes on our clocks. 2 tries is what Army requires to make a turnaround in this game. But Navy have done well. Navy have defended their hearts out in this first 20 minutes of play. Here comes Mushin Fale, lovely tackle by Army. Dharmapala taking his cool time, wants to decide on options, finds Chatura Seniviratna. Seniviratna doesn't find too much of distance, but that's the job. But I'm not convinced from Seniviratna's kicking run. I think he's a player who can bring in a lot more, but that kick was not convincing for me.
As I said earlier, Inchaf, he's not been on par with the other fullbacks or fly halves in this dialogue rugby. He's getting there for sure, but not there just yet. And another interesting fact about this Army team is that they've been playing inside this Navy half for almost 20 minutes and still they've not been able to capitalize on anything, and this will be their real opportunity.
Aravinda Karunaratna this time once again out to Thirushadikaram. Mohammad Rizvi trying to speed up play. Good defense from Mushin Falil. Rizvi once again. Goes to his captain Abhiratna. Abhiratna doesn't find too many meters. He's been held up. Now Ashan Bandara tries to show and go. Doesn't find too many meters. Good defense from the Sailors. Still not making any meters. I think we've seen 4 faces already from the soldiers. Once again pushed back on his tracks. Ashan Bandara short ball to his centre counterpart. Army still going. This time changing directions. But good defense once again from Mohammad Afzal and Mushin Falil. Rizvi. Lovely inside ball, but it's not going to work like that for the soldiers. Ashan Bandara. Let's see what he has in store. Good defense from Falil. Now the Kumara out to Samira Bulat Singhala, but oh dear, that's a forward pass.
Let's take a look at it once again. Ashan Bandara, a wayward pass to Lianage, but Guy Ansari the recycled it well, and that is a forward pass in Chaf. No intention of passing it backwards. All of his action looked like the ball was going forward, and indeed Bulat Singhala was in front of him. And like all coaches say, a forward pass is a mistake of both the players, the passer and the receiver. And in this occasion, it's a good example because Swamina Bulat Singhala was right in front of the passer. As we see a stoppage of play and a yellow card to Sugat Nanayakara. I think talking to the referee.
I'm not sure what that yellow card was for, but I tell you this, Army Sports Club are in deep trouble. Sugat Nanayakara is one of their key players, and losing him, I think it was for bad mouth in the referee. Chatur Seniratna this time does well with this clearance kick, finds his team on the 50-meter mark.
50 meters in Chaf, still not out of their own half. Amit Guru Singh has not been impressive today. More than 4 stolen lineouts and 1 throw that was not straight, so he'll have to up his game.
Guru Singh goes to the long side once again. It's an overthrow, and this time Mohammad Abdul almost had that one. Now Army breaking through is Ashan Bandara. Bandara looks for options, does well to hold on to the ball. Rizvi comes in support. Adhikaram Out to Mohammad Rizvi once again. Vijay Tilaka doing well to make a few meters. Gayan Salinder coming in support, but looks like it's a turnover. Army clearly not wanting to hold on to that ball, and now this dangerous play. Out comes the soldiers. Charit Silva with that break. Abzal out to Adis, and now Army are in trouble. They have to get their defenses right. Clearly unwarranted, not needed on that occasion, and looks like Army have themselves a ticket to get away from danger.
That was a clear penalty there, handling the ball on the ground as a referee stops the clock. He needs to take a look at Gian Pereira. He's down on the ground and scrappy with the play in this past few minutes. There you go, Gihan offloads to Kasun and Buddhima Piyaratna, the culprit there. You see clearly playing the ball on the ground, and this is a good chance for Army to get out of jail, and they will have to make amends for all their mistakes they did in the past 25 minutes inside Navy's half.
Quite questionable as well. Army's contribution from their forwards have been immense, but just that they've missed that final bit of execution. They've got their act together, they've got their ploys right, just that they could not go beyond that Navy's line of defense. I think credit should go to the tight five, Navy's tight five, Kasundi Silva, Nirosh Pereira. In fact, Charit Silva coming back from his yellow card has done well in this next few minutes to stay and keep the score line at 26-14. Interesting to see Yusran Rishida Mapala, in the absence of Veera Singh, has done well in the leadership capacity, distributing the ball well. We saw him in good shape in the first half, just that in the second half he still needs to prove his point. I think he's done well distributing the ball, just that in the first half it was a different affair from Dharmapala.
Yes, playing on that factor is that Navy was on the defensive foot in this second half for almost 20-25 minutes, and that takes a toll on the scrum half. He needs to be there on defense and not being able to feed his forwards over the backs with good enough ball, as Army have an opportunity to once again get inside the Navy half, and we see some important replacements coming in.
Replacement in the form of Salih Handapangoda, the experienced campaigner, makes his way onto the field. Just a reminder about our ThePapare photographs and video portal. You could buy all photographs and videos at reasonable rates. All you need to do is contact the number on the screen, 0777 337 458. Also, you could write to us on info@thepapare.com and take home those valuable memories to cherish. But Salih Handapangoda joining the line, and this time it looks like Handapangoda will be replacing Mushin Falil.
That's an important replacement. In fact, Mushin Falil is still in the park, so it looks like Tanu Jamalimbada has been taken off, and Danit Laksar makes his way in as well, as Navy steals possession.
Looks like referee will bring back play. There was a knock on. Ashan Bandara is not happy with the referee's verdict, but once again I think Army should be happy with their call. There you go, there was a slight knock on in this next move. Adisha sent the ball. I think not sure why the referee didn't play advantage, but
advantage definitely should have been played there, and it was a try for all money for Sudhakar Dikkumbura. Still questioning, but nevertheless Army having possession.
Mohammad Rizvi. This time from the base of the scrum is the number 8 for Army, making a few meters. Rizvi once again goes to shorter side. No going past Adisha and Gihan Silva. Asham Bandara waiting for that ball. Lovely lateral ball to Adhikaram. I think Adhikaram has done well for Army, played his role as a second row. And now Army on the attack on the far side. Good defense from Handapangoda. Good counter-rucking from Chatura Seniratna, and I think it has worked in Navy's favour, and it's a turnover. Very well done, Seniratnam. And that's clearly unwarranted. But take a look at that. I think we spoke about Seniratna's lapse in his kicking, but he's done well to win that ball.
Indeed, he's been there in defense more often than he was in attack, but it looks like a card coming for Army, so another player being sent off to the sin bin. This time looks like Vinod Kumar, number 24, has been sent off. Here you go. I think it's that exchange of words between Sudaraka Dikumbara was the culprit there, having some exchanges with Chaturaseni Viratna.
Yes, it looks like Sudhara Dikumbara will have to spend the next... so it looks like Vinod Kumar will have to spend the rest of the game in the naughty chair, and once again gifting away position to Navy. And this time Navy get the act right. I think they're back in the attacking half. It's important. I think whoever scores next, if Navy scores next, I think that's curtains. Yes, it is. It's Dik Kumara who has been taken off. So double trouble for Army, and they'll be playing with 13 players for the next 5 minutes.
With 9 minutes to go on the clock, still no scores in this second half. Amit Guru Singh has had a bad game, to be honest, so far. Not managing to get those line-out throws right. So
on the outside, Yusran looks like Mohammad Afzal is being carried away. I think there is an injury on the number 10. I think he's had a good game. He's had a good 70 minutes. And looks like Gayan Vikramaratna, the former Isipatana representative, will come in as the first 5/8. Once again, Amit Guru Singh, a totally unacceptable turnover ball for Army. Now the centre, making a few meters for the soldiers. Asham Bandar acting as halfback, out to Rizvi. Rizvi out to Vinod. Once again, Army using their forwards. Bandar breaking through the middle, trying to carve some space. No going past Mushin Falil. Breaking through on the far side, but bundle out into touch. And that should be a line out in favor of Navy.
there you go, Ashan Bandar. That's the thing about him. He sees space, he wants to creep through, but he does well, and sends Rizvi sends it out to Bulat Singhala, who opts to fend off Buddhima Piyaratna, national cap. But Buddhima Piyaratna showing his experience, bundling Bulat Singhala out to touch and giving his team an opportunity to get out of jail. Looks like a scrum down will be awarded in favor of Navy.
I think there was a knock on before the line out, so referee asked the Navy skipper whether he wants a scrum or a line out. And taking a look at the situation with the Army down to 13 men for the next few minutes, it was ideal that they go for a scrum, Yusran.
And
now Richida Mapala. I think it's a tough question for us as well to decide who the man of the match is as well. We come back to that soon after this, and that's looks like a seatbelt tackle on Janit Laksur. Now Navy on the attack. Dharmapala wants to go for the clearance kick. Finds Chatura Senirath. This time a high-hanging kick. There is a Gayan Salin, in fact, that is the replacement wing three-quarter for Army. Manoj Bandara Tirusha Adhikaram once again coming in support for the soldiers. Almost a knock on for Army. I think it looks like the clock is ticking down. Army will need to act fast. Adhikaram to Karunaratne. Now Rizvi. If Army are in a intention of winning this one, Yusran, I think that's not the way to go. Now is what should be done. I think what should have been done long time. I think referee has his hand up. I think he's clearly seen an infringement. It looked like a high tackle on an Army player. So advantage for the soldiers. Rizvi. Now to Dileep Niroshan. Rizvi once again switching directions. Tirusha Adhikaram. Slowing things down, Army this time. Vinod Kumar goes into contact. Army slowly making their way on to that try line. Thumping tackle, thumping hit from Adisa Veeratunga that time. Now Prabhat Kumar tries to break through. He's been held up. A good defense from Buddhima Piyaratnam. Adhikaram once again. Picking and going other Army forwards. Bandara trying to search some space. Still going is Ashan Bandara. Aravinda Karunaratne that time finds Vinod Kumar in support. Adhikaram once again. Army have played over 11 phases this time, and looks like a referee will bring back play for the initial infringement.
And the initial infringement looked like that high tackle in the far corner, but Army not doing well at all in Shaf, to be honest. They've been playing in good phases as we see Sugat Nanakara coming into the field. Along with Sudhara Dikkumbura as well, both players back in the field. In fact, it's still one player in the field, and Army will come back to the 22 for that initial infringement. They've lost about 10 meters.
But what's disappointing to see is, Yusran, that Army have not made, they've played about 14 phases in this earlier move, but they've just not made any fruitful promise or fruitful effort to score. And that's something Coach Vaipa Gunaratna will be worried about when it comes to bigger games. Army will have a bigger challenge when they play Havelock Sports Club. A major factor and a major cause for that is the numbers in this Army team. And there you go, we can take a look at the initial unit. Gayan Veeraratna there. Gayan Vikramaratna, the culprit there with that high tackle. Referee Priya Suranga right on the spot. And Mohammad Rizvi. So two tries, two converted tries needed by Army in a lapse of 3 minutes. I'm not sure how they will get that, but I think Mohammad Rizvi's intentions are clear. They want to go for the line out and try to work their forwards, but they'll need to act fast. I think they've not been taking things too serious. I think there shouldn't be a better time than this.
There's a mountain to climb for Army as Arvind put in the line out. So job one done, line out secured. Now it's time to maul forward. Army needs to marshal forward. Vinod Kumar at the back of the driving maul. Ever so close now, but obstruction and losing possession is Army. This might cost the game for them. Vinod Kumar and Niroshan Deepa obstructing, says the referee. So
I think if there is something, I think the highlight of this game has been the Army defense. I think the Soldiers played almost half of this game in their own corner. There you go. That's the replay of that earlier move. Vinod Kumar on that at the base of that rolling maul, and now the ball comes out for Army. And it looked like there was obstruction, so I think the Soldiers will have only themselves to blame for this loss.
And yeah, you were right, Inchaf. We need to give it to that Navy defense. They've been right there on money. Amit Guru Singh finally getting one throw right. Charit Silva with a good carry. Richie Dharmapala spots the gap, tries to sneak through, and he does well. What an Ibi scrum fees. Good move there. He offloads to Buddhima Piyaratna. In fact, that's Kasun De Silva in the far corner. Nirosh Pereira collects it, but referee calls back play for that initial infringement. Intentional knock on, dashing down, says referee. So a penalty in favor of Navy, and I think that will be it. While we have to come into a decision to select the player of the match in Chaff.
Meanwhile, here you go, Richie Dharmapala, also a strong contender for player of the match in this game. Dharmapala, given the leadership brains, handled it well. Just missing on that final. It was Navy could have converted that into a try, but a good presence of mind from Dharmapala. He saw he could not go on his own, and that's where experience comes into consideration. He passed the ball out, and that's how it worked. So coming back to the player of the match, I think we've seen fruitful contributions from Tirusha Adhikaram as well as Charit Silva as well as Kasun De Silva, the front row for Navy. Meanwhile, Nirosh Pereira breaks through for the Sailors, looking for that final try. That should be Curtains. Now breaking through is Pereira once again. Navy still has a bit of gas left in their forwards, slowly making progress. Still going are the Sailors. This time it looks like it's Kasun De Silva. Nirosh Pereira and the forwards are lining up, held up that time by Samira Bulat Sinhala. Referee has his hand up. It will anyway be a penalty in favor of Navy. So coming back to that question, Yuzan Tirusha Adhikaram, Richie Dharmapala, I would go with Dharmapala for his efforts in winning this game. I think this is something what the Sailors wanted very well, but Adhikaram has been impressive for the Soldiers.
I agree. Tirusha Adhikaram has been the standout player for Army. He's been carrying the ball all over the park, be it in the far corner, in the center field, right in front of the try. He's been there all over, but I think we'll have to give it to Richie Dharmapala. He's been the man controlling the game, knowing when to up the pace, knowing when to slow it down, and controlling the game really well. So the newly appointed skipper, acting skipper for this game, Richie Dharmapala, will be my player of the match in Chaff.
There you go, the PAPARE player of the match. Meanwhile, Charit Senivaratna will have one final go at the post. Charit Satura Senivaratna, in fact. And it looks like referee Shankar Bekon says we have something more than a minute to go. So we have one final move. The only way I think Army could get themselves a consolation try, but that wouldn't matter because they do not come in close contention to that losing bonus point. The losing bonus point is awarded for the losing team, losing within 7 points margin, but this margin is more than 7, so playing for glory. Army Sports Club, collected by Vikramaratna. Tirusha Adhikaram once again Now Deshan Vimukti, the former Wesley prop forward, is being pushed back by Prabhat Kumar. Dharmapala once again. Uppula Beratna is not giving any space for the Navy players. Gihan Silva. Navy trying to kill time, trying to run that clock and call it quits in this game. I think they should be happy with the win. I think they did not start things in a positive note. They lost to CRNFC, then an unfortunate loss to have locks as well. And then in the next 2 weeks, I think they've come back strong, winning that one against their foes, and now here at in the game against Army.
Another penalty awarded in these dying minutes of the game. Army looks like they're going down, and Navy flying high today here at Ratmalana. Like I said earlier, both teams are familiar playing in this ground. Navy played here last week and the week before, and this will be it. Richie Dharmapala kicks the game out, kicks the ball out, and ends the game in wonderful fashion. So another win for Navy here at Ratmalana, and showing some good camaraderie there. Players of both teams shaking hands as Tirusha Adhikaram looks down in disappointment, but well played lad, he did a good job today.
Tirusha Adhikaram, the highlight of this encounter. Honorable mention for Adhikaram for his efforts, single-handedly making things work for the front row for Army. But a lot of things to talk for the soldiers, but meanwhile coach Motilal Jayathilaka and his team will be very happy with their performance. Motilal Jayathilaka, of course, is not in the country, he's with the national powerlifting team in Mongolia, so he'll be a happy man when he watches this telecast. There you go, that's the full-time confirmation. Navy Sports Club 29 points, just one penalty coming in that second half for Navy. That shows how intense the Army forwards were with defense, but Navy have stood their ground. I think they stood their ground very well. Here you go, here's a look at the highlights from the match. This was the earlier break, and Army were quick to score in the first 5 minutes of the game. Gayan Salinda makes no mistake. He has been impressive with his boot, and this time around, this was the first break. Mohammad Afzal carving that one for Army. In fact, Navy. Chatur Seniratna getting his first points of the day. Taking the quick tap, making best use of the effort. I think Navy capitalized this time. Richie Dharmapala sees the gap, finds the opportunity, and that was the second try for the Sailors. And this was a wonderful passage of play from Afzal. I think Mohammad Afzal also had his fair share of the game. I think he was the player who was primarily involved in those opportunities that the Sailors created, and credit should go for him as well. Gayan Salinda coughed up important score just before half time. That was the try that put them in close contention, bringing in hope, but unfortunately they could not hold on to that move. This was that last minute try from Mohammad Afzal. Afzal had space, he knew the options, and he found Radhi Seniratna. Seniratna also had a good game for the Sailors. So that's how this game ended. Just that other 3 points from Chatur Seniratna for the second half. So that concludes the game. Here's a look at the full-time statistics of the game. Army Sports Club shouldn't be too much happy with this scoreline. 14 points to 29, and that's how that score ends. 14 points to 26 was how the halftime score was. 2 tries, 2 conversions for Army, and I think Navy will be happy to take home that bonus point win. Player of the match, the new captain and the standing captain for Navy Sports Club, Richie Dharmapala. It's going to be an exciting week. If you're joining ThePapare.com, do keep in touch as we have cracking encounters coming to you in this Dialogue Rugby League match week 5. CRNFC playing Havelock Sports Club at London Place. That's going to be an interesting game, and not taking any excitement away from the next game. Candy Sports Club playing CHNFC in Nithawala. That's going to be a another interesting clash. Live pitches coming to you on a number 1 sports club at 3:35, and then we have Police Sports Club taking Air Force. A bottom table clash. Both teams looking for their first win. That's on Sunday as well. Taking a look at the next week, we have a few more interesting weeks to go. Candy Sports Club playing Havelock Sports Club should be a key match. That is at Nithavala once again, and then we have Navy Sports Club playing CHNFC. Last time it was an even call, both sides winning one encounter each. So Navy Sports Club coming here with this win will assure that they are coming for the win at Valisara. So that's how match week 6 is going to span out. In the meantime, you could join us on our weekly segments, the breakdown, the analysis show on the week of Dialogue Rugby League, and then we have Rugby Pit. The single is a breakdown and analysis show coming to you on every Tuesday at 6:30 p.m. and then we have the Odell Sports Try of the Week every Wednesday at 10:30 a.m. So do keep track of the Dialogue Rugby League, and in the meantime, it's goodbye from Ratmalana. We hope you had a pleasant evening.
Crescent Mini Keeves. Try it. Love it. The original Mini Keeves, only from Crescent.
Breeder fast, Pulsar NS160 with wider tyres and twin disc brakes from David Pieris Motor Company Private Limited.
Sophisticated selection of Yardley, London.
Crunchy munchy.
Fiery Kochi.
Crescent Kochi Bites. Try it. Love it. The original Kochi Bites, only from Crescent.